Hi everyone. In this video, we will look into developing web applications with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So for this, you would need a browser, Visual Studio Code editor, Git, and GitHub. If you go to this URL, you can clone this repository. Let me open my GitHub desktop application. I can clone a repository from here, clone repository. I'll have to go to the URL tab. Let's copy this HTTPS URL for this repository. Let's paste it here. I've already cloned this repository, so I don't need to clone it again. I'll close this. You can clone it with clone button here. I will cancel it for now. If I want to go to the repository, I can actually click on here. I have the repository over here. Click on that. And if you have VS Code installed, it will give you an option to open this code in VS Code. Let's click on this button, open in Visual Studio Code. So now I have opened the repository in my Visual Studio Code. Close this. Welcome page. Let's go to index.html. To serve web pages, you will need a web server. You can either buy a web server from hosting companies or you can host it yourself in your laptop. So most of the times when you are developing, you will use a local server. So let's try installing a local server in this. And VS Code gives us an extension for serving local HTML and CSS files. And local server is what it gives. Let's install an extension called LiveServer, which will allow us to serve these web pages through the LiveServer, through the local host. So if you want to install LiveServer in VS Code, you have to go to this section, extensions section. Let's click on this section. Let's type down LiveServer here. This is the LiveServer. Let's go click on this. If you click on install, it will install the LiveServer extension for you. Just publish it and install. Now the LiveServer has been installed. So now how do we start the LiveServer? Let's go back to the Explorer. Here I want to start the LiveServer on this folder and I have to click on Go Live. You can click on this to go live. It will allow for permission, ask for permission, allow it, allow access. LiveServer is running on 5500 port. As soon as we change code, it will also change here because it's a LiveServer will automatically reload the page as you make changes to the code. Let's go to the VS Code and edit some code. Let's go to my index.html. In HTML, you can comment out markup with this, starting this syntax and ending with this syntax. So in this page, let me edit something. This is a demo of LiveServer. Now let's go back to the browser. Now this has automatically reloaded and the text has been changed. There are two ways to write JavaScript in HTML. Console.log of hello world. This we can write it here directly. The same code we can write in the script file and then include it in the index.html.